find one. So I figured I would just go through, and this thing's set up for ISO controls, which I don't run on my excavator. I run like SAE controls. So I'm going to try to switch this over to SAE controls and see how hard it is. I think it's probably simple, like just changing a few lines around, hopefully, coming out of the pump. But yeah, this is a FF industrial model. I don't know really anything about it or some of the Chinese excavators. I go on this Facebook group and follow certain things, but I guess we'll see how this thing operates. It seemed pretty stout, like the lifting capacity seemed pretty good for what it is for this tiny little thing. And I figured I'd get it for like houses that I can't get into the yard to do French drains and that kind of stuff with this without getting tearing down a fence or getting a big excavator in there, or like, you know, my Mini in there, which is bigger than this. And I should just be able to get in between gates and all with this thing, but we'll see what happens. It's got a little 13 horsepower Briggs & Stratton, and it's kind of it. I don't know. It's kind of bare bones, but it's got the ability to use like a third function or a you know, auxiliary hydraulic. So you could run like a hammer, or you could put like a cylinder here and run like a hydraulic thumb. You can run kind of anything, I guess, for these auger, but I don't know, the pump probably doesn't flow very fast, so I doubt any of that stuff will work very well, but we'll see how it goes. Let's try to see how we go about changing these lines around and seeing if I can get it back to like the SAE configuration. Alright, so this thing, it did come with a mechanical thumb, which is nice. I haven't greased or done anything to this yet, but came with like this grease gun. It's like a needle grease gun, which isn't really ideal, like that here. So I'll probably take all them out and switch over to just regular Zerk fittings. It's got a little light on it, which I tried the other night. It's bright enough to see what you're doing, I guess, when you're digging at night, if you have to. Preferably, I mean, I never really try to dig at night. Gotta tighten up this stuff. I don't even know if I can. I could probably I'll put a couple washers in here, tighten it up. Same with the pedals. I just tighten these. There's just some nuts down there, and I think the pump, you know, the pump's obviously underneath here. But it's a little 13 horse Briggs & Stratton, and it starts right up. It's only got, I mean, I've run it in the yard for a few minutes, so it's got a half hour on it. So it should be a good little machine for what I'm going to do with it. I got to change all the fluids in it because they give you probably some real shit fluid or poop fluid. The hydraulic fluid's probably pretty much trash. But it did come with a bunch of fluids. That looks like kind of garbage already. And that's at the bottom of the strainer, so I don't know what's in there. But yeah, so first things first, I need to change it over. So I'd like to do that. And I think for us to do that, we're going to have to go under here and take this plate off, which is really simple. It looks like a couple 12 mil bolts maybe, or whatever they are. Slide that off, maybe get into here. I know some of the other excavators, like, they didn't have these removable panels. There's nothing in the back here to, you know, work on anything. I haven't tried to change the oil in this or anything yet, so I don't know if it's a pain in the butt or what. But I'll do a video on that as well. But let's just open that bottom and see what's going on. All right, these are kind of tight in there, but I'm just using a 13 and a 12 mil. So yeah, kind of a pain to get down in there. Alright, there's one. So I won't videotape all those, but it is a pain in the butt. It's nice to have these ratcheting box wrenches, but alright, I ran into a bit of a problem actually, because I thought that this was just free in there, but it's actually threaded. It's threaded through the valve, I guess. So now that I have this box wrench in here, I can't turn it the opposite way because it only goes one way. So I don't know. I'm not sure about this. Alright, I was able to unthread it, but so the way they have this thing set up, you can't get the bolt out because it's too long. So that's really stupid. They must have put this valve or whatever that is in after the fact. I'm just going to take a Sawzall and just shorten this bolt. Be done with it. I'll get a new bolt if it gets all boogered up. It's really annoying, but it's definitely the easiest route to take. Great, I lost my wrench down in there now. Never getting that back. Good night. It's frustrating. I don't think I get my wheel in there because I can't get it with this. Alright, I was able to get it out by taking out the the back nut and bolt, and then I was able to tilt this foot pedal forward like this and get it to clear that valve or whatever, and then just spin I just spin this here, so I was able to get it out that way. So I'm just gonna cut it down. They put a shorter one here for that same reason, but they must, I don't know, they must have installed it first and then installed that thing later. Alright, I got all the pedals out. They're slopping these, so I'm probably gonna go get some washers just so that they don't like fling around side to side like this. It's kind of annoying. So I either grab washers or they make those little nylon bushings too, nylon washers. I'll put them there and then it won't be like this. So now we'll look at these valves. Let's see what we got here. So this is what it looks like with the floor off. I think this is a hydraulic filter of some sort. So that might be worth changing. Maybe I'll run this for like 10 hours or so, and then there's something down in there, a washer. Can't get it though. I'll get it with a pick later. So we'll just like kind of follow these down, see what does what, and then we'll have an idea of what we need to swap. Alright, so I just took this whole little panel off. It's only, just remove this bolt from the floor. Then you have two bolts up here that are 14 mil, and then you have one more 14 mil in the back here. That's right there. And it all comes right off, and you can access everything under here, which that's kind of nice actually, because you can literally get to everything on here pretty simple. So what we want to do is kind of just follow these lines, see what does what, and then just swap them. I think we only have to swap 2 lines, or maybe 4 lines. I have to double check, and then that should work. So with this model too, if you're going to change the oil in it, which I'm going to do here in the near future, I don't think there's a drain plug. So I don't see one at least. So basically I think you would just get an oil extractor, which I have one, or you could get one cheap from Harbor Freight, like an electric one. Just stick the oil, it's like a fluid extractor, shove it down in there, take all the old junk out, put in fresh oil, and I'm gonna do the same for the hydraulic fluid, because that stuff is, you know, funky looking like I was showing you before, and it really didn't have much viscosity to it. So I'm just gonna put a AW46 in it. I think that's pretty much what I'll run in all my machines, and everything seems to do well, so I'll shove it in here too. And I'm gonna look up, maybe I'll try to find a part number for this, or just run some kind of other filter if I can't find something similar to that. Okay, so I was following these lines, and this will run to your boom controls. So I just marked the boom, and then there's a boom underneath too. I couldn't really write boom on there, so when I remove it, I'll write boom better. And then these look like they went to my curl controls, so I just marked it 1 curl, 2 curl. And then what I'm gonna do is just swap them from here to here. Or I'm sorry, yeah. Alright, so currently just loosening all these, and I'll just make the swap. If you don't have a set of, you know, if you're working on hydraulic stuff and you don't have a set of crow's foot wrenches, I would definitely invest in some. These are like cheap, you know, not crazy ones off Amazon. They're Sunex. I think they're $20 for a set or something. Definitely super handy to get in here and deal with hydraulic lines. But I'm gonna work on getting the other 2 off. So let's pull that bottom one. Those 2 are already pretty much pulled, and I'll swap them side to side. I also like using these super thin wrenches. They're real handy for fitting in tight places like this, and I don't know, I seem to use them a lot in situations where I'm using hydraulic lines. Yeah, so these crow's foot wrenches, they're real handy. You could get a good amount of torque on it. I couldn't even bust that loose with this here, so it really didn't take much effort with this crow's foot. Slides right, right around there. It's really nice. Super handy. I'm stuck. Alright, I'm gonna swap these out and then we'll see how it works. Alright, got them swapped. So basically I took this one from this side, swapped it to this one on that side, and same with the one below. Just this first row, last row, and swap the one in top one with top one, bottom with bottom one, and that's it. So let me start it up actually, and I'll get up there and try it, see what happens. Try not to lose all my nuts and bolts up here. Let me set you up on the stand. Got fluid everywhere, but the hydraulic fluid actually felt half decent. It wasn't as watered down as I thought it may be. Let me move this back here. That way you guys can see what's going on with the functions. So let's check it out. See if it worked. If that's what I wanted, or if I didn't. Not what I wanted, I guess. Still not warm, I guess. Sweet, that was it. Exactly what we wanted. Cool, so that's simple enough. It takes, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it takes about an hour, I guess, when all is said and done. By the time you mess with all this, all the hydraulic fittings, and get fluid all over your hands, get slippery. So I'm gonna go get some washers, stiffen that up. Then that's it really. Then I'll put it all back together and should be good to go. Well, thank you guys for checking out this episode of Holloway's Garage. It's kind of cool because now I have like a little arsenal of small mini stuff that I can go and tackle jobs in people's yards without breaking my back, that'd be nice. So yeah, this thing, I think it's going to be a good little machine. I'll do another video on it of me just swapping fluids out on it, I guess. And I'm going to look to see if I could get some extra attachments for it. And that'll be it. I'd like to get like a little 9-inch bucket, maybe like a rake, An auger would be kind of sweet. I'm kind of curious how well the pump flows on these things, like if it will turn the auger easily or not. But I guess we'll see what happens. At least I know I'll be able to do like some French drains and stuff in some tight areas, or in people's yards, tight up against houses if I need to be. So I'm kind of excited to put this thing to work and put it through the test. So I know some people are putting counterweights on it. Maybe I'll do a little counterweight video. I'll see if I need it first. That was some of those older Chinese skid steers or Chinese mini excavators. So I don't know if this company has like kind of updated some things and made it better, or it seems to me like this is one of the better quality ones. But only time will tell. I'm also going to swap all these Zerks out probably just for simplicity, so I can just run my battery powered grease gun in this thing. But thanks for checking out this episode. If you like what you saw, please hit that subscribe button and thumbs up. It really helps out. And if you have any questions, or you just want to say like, hey, that's a pretty cool little machine or whatever, just shoot a comment in there. Every little bit helps. So thanks for checking this out, and have a good one, guys. Nice. Oh, I think you got it now. Nice. Pick it up. Pick it up and drop it. Pick it up. Other one. Left one. Other one. Yep. Pull it back. There you go. All right, stop. Now go to the right and drop it. Push that one to the right. Nice, you did it. All right, Hudson's turn.